All right, in this presentation, I'm going to show you how I can get you and your team to 2 to 4 qualified appointments per rep per weekday in 90 days. So my name is Subhan Wahid. Allow me to give you a little introduction about myself. I have been in marketing and sales for the past 12 years. One of my biggest achievements is that I worked at Motive, which is formerly known as Keep Truckin'. I took the department from $0 from 2019 to $2.4 million every month until 2023. I built it from zero in 4 years. I hired 70 reps and built the entire infrastructure. Obviously, that was before AI. After that, I worked with First Choice, which is a US-based company. I took them from $200,000 a month to $1.2 million a month. I replicated the same infrastructure in 1 year. What I do is that I build lead generation systems that fill a company's pipeline. I also provide trainings to reps when required, including SDRs and account executives both. The majority of the companies have reps who are not performing, and they lack follow-ups, discipline, and structures and systems. That's what I help fix. Now, I work on 2 models. The first model I'm going to share with you, it is fix and scale your existing system. So usually it's a 2 months project, depending on complexity. A 3rd month may be required for optimization. So step number 1 is audit, which is going to happen in the first 2 weeks. In this, I observe and understand your systems. I identify what's working, what's not, and what needs to improve. Step number 2 is execution, which is the next 1.5 months. I fix the gaps, work directly with your teams for 2 hours per day to implement the system. And step number 3 is an optimization step, which is month 3, if it's required. And that is to fine tune the system. After 3 months, everything runs on automation. Now, the phase 1 of the model 1 is audit, which is the first 2 weeks. So for the first 2 weeks, I closely observe and understand your system. This will include working closely with your BDRs or SDRs or AEs, whoever you have. But I will look at it, what's working, what's not working, and what needs improvement. And the full analysis will be delivered to you by the end of 2 weeks, which is how many domains need replacement, if you have any, and how many new ones are required, how many email accounts are required, what automations are required, and what new tools are required. Phase 2 is execution, which is the next 1.5 month. Based on the findings, I work on fixing those gaps. This means spending 2 hours a day working directly with your team. So that includes communication. So if you use Slack, I'll join your Slack to communicate with the team and you on the daily basis. Otherwise, we can also create a separate WhatsApp group. In terms of availability, I will be responsive within 2 hours during working hours, which is 9 a.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And regarding the tool budget, no more than $1,500 per month on automation tools will be required. This includes LinkedIn automation, Cloud Pro, email sequencer, email accounts, data, and domains. I will share all the insights on how many are required and where to procure them from, but this will be the estimated budget every month. Now, phase 3 is optimization, which is month 3 if required. So after 2 months mark, we'll decide together if another month is required. My initial promise is to achieve this goal in 90 days. The 3 month, if needed, is usually for optimization. After 3 months, the system will run on automation, and I will hand that system over to you, and I will teach you how to keep the minimum eye on it to keep getting maximum output. Now, model number 1 pricing is that I charge a monthly fee of $2,000 per month, which is $500 per week, billed every Friday, payment due within 7 days. And performance fee is $100 pre-qualified appointment, per pre-qualified appointment. Data generated by my campaigns only. This will also be included on Friday's invoice. So total project cost is $4,000 if complete in 2 months, $6,000 if a 3rd month is required, which obviously you will be informed. Whatever your reps schedule themselves, I don't take commission for that. After 3 months, if further assistance is needed, we can negotiate a new contract. So what counts as a qualified appointment? Now, a qualified appointment must meet all of these following criteria. Number 1, the ICP match, the leads that will be scheduled on your calendar, which is also known as sales calls. That lead will match your defined ICP before the outreach begins. So you will not be speaking with people who are not directly your target market. Number 2 qualification criteria is verified decision maker. So we'll verify that you're speaking to a decision maker or a key influencer. Step number 3 is that obviously they will show up for a call. So the prospect that showed up for a call, only that will count as qualified. Those people who will not show up, they will go in a follow-up sequence. I will take care of that, of course. And step number 4 is understanding the minimum duration of the call. So call that lasted at least 2 minutes will be considered qualified. Now, usually calls last longer than that, but sometimes I've seen people get on calls, be late, or not be professional in the calls, in which case prospect usually get frustrated and they hang up. but leads are qualified. As long as blunder is not made, then everything is fine. Every call is verified by an AI meeting recorder if a meeting doesn't meet all the criteria. So obviously you'll not pay $100 for that. So my expectations with this project is that I need full cooperation. I need full cooperation from you and your team for the duration of this project. You can consider me your team member. Number two, understand the process. Getting to 2 to 4 appointments per rep per day is a process of continuous optimization. It is not a get rich quick scheme. And number three is that this 2 to 4 appointments is a goal. This is not a guarantee, because my promise to you is my full cooperation and dedication. Results depends on teamwork ethics, resources, and cooperation. Now, fourth requirement, and I would say expectation, is introduce me with authority to your BDRs. Introduce me to your team as someone in a position of authority, as I have been and as I operate the best. If given full ability to implement my skill set, I'll take full responsibility for the outcome, which should be very important for you. Now, after 1 month is complete, I would request you a testimonial. You give me an honest video testimonial and permission to share our wins on LinkedIn. If you do that, I will waive the fee of your next 5 qualified appointments. And expectation number 6 is that after 3 months, you will join me, or the key stakeholder of your company will join me on my podcast to share your journey with me. If you do that, I'll build a 12-month automated bonus campaign for free, which is usually valued at $1,000, but I will create that and implement that for you for free. Now, model number 2 is done for you. So this will require me to build a new system for you. This model is a little different. Everything remains the same as model number 1. The goal, the tool, budget, the performance fee, the qualification criteria all remain the same. The difference is that I will not manage your team. I don't manage your team and I don't fix your existing system. I build a brand new system. I create it completely from scratch, separate from your existing setup, and I do everything myself using AI. After 3 months, I hand over everything to you. During these 3 months, you assign one person from your team for me to train for basic monitoring and to understand how the system works. We will also record everything so that you can revisit those recordings anytime you want and you're never lost. And I will have a weekly strategy call with the decision makers of the company, obviously not the reps of the company, because I won't be managing that in model number 2 if you decide to choose this. So I'll have a 1-hour strategy call with the decision maker every week. Now, pricing for model 2 is monthly fees of $1,600 per month, which is $400 per week, billed every Friday. Performance fees, again, is $100 per qualified appointment generated by my campaigns only, of course. Tool budget is the same, $1,500 to $2,000 per month maximum, depending on requirements and usage. Every system I build will be your company's property after the contract and even during the contract. I'm just a person building it for you. So what kind of ROI you can expect? So what this looks like for your business is this. So if you choose model number 1, imagine you have 5 BDRs generating 2 appointments per day, using 2 to stay realistic. So you'll understand that that's 220 qualified appointments per month, because 2 appointments into 5 reps into 22 working days, that's 220. So 22 deals will be closed per month if your close rate is 10%. Ideally, it should be better than that. So if your average deal value is 30,000, then you will close 660,000 worth of deals in 3 months. So your leadership can close those appointments. This is a realistic, conservative calculation. If you factors that will affect the results, let's discuss what influences the outcome of a project. Your total addressable market, of course, when we start working together, I will do research on that. So we'll understand what your market size is in reality and what your competition is, so that we can build the strategy accordingly. Obviously, if your market size is smaller, you'll get appointments according to that. If it's very large, you'll get appointments according to that. We'll also another thing that affects is your current available marketing material and availability of your case studies to share in campaigns. Number 3 is your openness to creating content. This is very important. I'll guide you on this. It's important to build trust. And number 4 is your openness to testing different ideas. We should not be limited to specific things, because testing is very important. And without testing, it's practically impossible to optimize anything. Now, if you want to stay involved during this entire process, I would love collaborating, and I'll always be open for communication and idea sharing. However, if you want to stay completely hands-off, you'll get a weekly report every Friday. After the first month of coordination, of course, it'll be done for you by me. So you can just focus on sales and every other thing in your company. Now, how do we work together? The day-to-day looks like this. So meetings will be scheduled in advance. 2 hours per day will be scheduled on the calendar 1 month in advance if you go with model number 1. If you go with model number 2, 1 hour per week will be scheduled 1 month in advance. Flexibility, of course, will be there. If changes are required, I'll accommodate as a team member as much as possible. And number 3 is that I'll always be in loop. If I'm not working on any specific day, I'll inform and stay in coordination. You'll not be left figuring out how to get in touch with me. So we have a meeting tomorrow. We'll go over any questions that you have. And I have attached both contracts below. They include all the details I just went over. You review them. If you are ready to sign, you can do that. In that case, we use our time tomorrow to plan the project. If we decide to start working together, the starting date will be Monday, June 8th. Thank you so much for your time.